YouTube, my name's Lance and welcome to Bundy Bear's Shed. Well look, this is just a little clip and it's a Banggood tool review, and today we're reviewing the photo tachometer, the DT2236C. And the reason I chose this to do a review on is it's a photo tack. So you can put the little shiny sticker on and press the button and it'll actually tell you how many RPM we're doing, and we're going to play with that on the lathe today, just a little fiddle. But I really bought that for tractor engines and things like that. But the thing I did like about it is it has a touch probe on the back here. So what we can do is put a little adapter on the end. And once that adapter locks in, it's a solid lock onto the shaft there. Well, then we can put a centre, so we can actually check a shaft speed if we can't get the sticker on, can't get the reflective tape on that we need for a photo tack. But then the other thing I thought we'd play with is it comes with its own wheel, and the wheel drops on the end here. And if there's no centre upper product, we should be able to sit this on the shaft or on whatever we'd like to do, and that should give us meters a minute. And I thought, well, that's a great thing for playing with a lathe. You know, you read about a lathe tip or turning speed, you know, it might be 100 meters a minute or feet per minute or something like that as a feed rate. And I thought we'd have a play with that part today and just see. The unit is powered by 4A batteries, so we've gone and bought some Duracells. I was going to do this a week ago, but you don't get any batteries with anything like this, so that's what happens nowadays with all the, or just about anything you buy, you don't get batteries with it. And the unit comes, look, it comes in an airbag just in a box, but in the box the container that you keep it in your shed in is it's got a rubber backing in it, and you've got a little place to put all your little knickknacks, so that's okay. One thing with these closed type boxes like this, they're a vinyl covered thing. Look, they're pretty good. It keeps the dust and dirt out. In time they will crack along here, and if you've got a shed that's not sealed up properly, in the past I found little cockroaches and things like to get into these sort of boxes. So in this I've got an old fridge that it's going to live in, and it'll sit in the fridge, the old fridge over the back there with Bundy Bear's Shed on it, and it'll go over there and that'll keep any vermin out. But if you just sat it on an open shelf, well, they would just love to hop in there. So anyway, look, follow along. It's a Banggood review, so we'll have a bit of a play on the lathe, and well, we'll just test it and see what it's about. Yeah, see if it's any good or not. And look, no doubt it'll work. It's made in China, obviously. The brand name ones are mostly made in China too nowadays. So I've got a little bit of 25mm bar that we're going to chuck up in the lathe, and we're just going to do a few speed tests with it and just see. First up, we'll see if the lathe is accurate. On the front of my lathe we're going to test, and I'll swing you around to my board here, and I need to bring you around where I can see see the viewer. Not you viewers, the viewfinder. But anyway, so what I've worked out on the board here is on an OD of 25mm, which is a radius of 12.5mm, to find the circumference, 2 pi r, that's about standard. So 2 times pi is 6.2832 by r, so 6.2832 by 12.5mm. So the circumference of a 25mm piece of round bar, which is this one here that I've already drilled a centre into it, So the circumference of this is 78.54 millimetres, so it's a little bit over 3 inch. Now, on my lathe, some of the turning speeds are 640 RPM, 840 RPM, 1050 RPM. So I've worked it out that at 640 RPM, a 25 millimetre piece of round should go 50.27 metres per minute. Now, I'll bring you over a bit closer so you can hone in there a little bit. So that's what I've worked out at least, and 840 should be 65.97 metres per minute, and 1050 should be 82.47 metres per minute. So there's a couple of tests on a piece of steel like this. So first up, we can put the rubber straight up the end into this centre that I've drilled in there, and we'll just see how accurate the lathe is. Then on the chuck, we're going to put a piece of reflective tape and check the photo tack part of it and make sure these two work exactly the same. And then we'll try the wheel on the outside here and see if we can get something around 50.27, or if the revs aren't at 640 RPM, we're going to have to do some more sums. So anyway, follow along. I'll go and chuck this up and we'll have a bit of a fiddle. Well, there you go. We have a little bit of tape put onto the 3-jaw chuck here, and in the kit you actually get two 6-inch lengths, 150mm lengths they would be, and the photo tack, as this turns, we should be able to work out, put a beam to there and actually see how fast this chuck's going. So and now a few things can vary this, and one of them is how good your power supply is in the area. If you're not getting your full 50 hertz of power, you may be out a little bit with your 640 or something like that. So we'll try and get set up, and we'll try and set up so that you can see the screen of this as we read the speed of the lathe, and we'll just see how close our lathe is to 640, 840 and 1050. Well, we have our sticker here, as I showed before. There it is, you can see it better there now. And we also have one here that you can see. Now I've just had a bit of a fiddle here, and it's quite interesting what I found. The photo tacho can't work on this silver, even though it's not highly polished. I get false readings from here, yet I get what I believe is an accurate reading from here. So we'll just start the lathe and I'll try and show you what we found. First up, we'll try up here. That's all over the place. We must be getting silver reflection from the rest of the chuck. So we'll bring it down to this end. So from that you can see that with anything reflective around it, it's not going to work on the photo tack part of it. Yet when we just have this on a dark shaft, well, that's fine. It looked like 676, so I reckon that would be fairly accurate. So what I'll do now, we'll actually put something up the back end here and we'll see if we get the same reading, just to see if the photo tack matches with the other part. Okay, on the unit here we have RPM photo, so we'll bring it across to the centre for RPM contact. If I hold it up the right way you might be able to see it. See, it says RPM, or meters per minute contact is way over here. Revs per minute contact is in the centre, and RPM photo is over here. So if we pop this over here in the centre, 1 RPM contact, and put him up here, in theory we should get 376 roughly. So there you go, the reading from the photo tack and the contact were exactly the same, around 676. So now, let's just grab we'll grab the wheel. We'll pop that on like that. We'll move this across to meters per minute. And we'll just give that a run and see what we can come up with. We're still at the 640 RPM range. So on that, looked like 51.4, it seemed to settle on mostly. So, let's go over the blackboard and see if that all adds up. Alright class, pay attention. Okay, okay, look, we used 676.4 as our RPM, which is about as close as we could get with it wandering around. We probably could have just run that back to 676. And our meters per minute, look, I've tested that a couple of times and it can be about 1 metre per minute out. It comes from 51.4 up to 52.4. But I actually worked it out at 676.4, which is our revs, times or multiplied by our circumference, 78.54, equals 53.124 metres per minute. So it's not quite accurate. Is it close enough? 1 metre a minute, 2 metres a minute. Look, for what I do for the hobby turning, it's fine. And that's all I could really see to use that little wheel for, is putting on a piece of steel, something like that. So we're probably not going to run through these ones because we've worked out there's a bit of an error there. But and we also know that our 640 now is 676. We might do a test on the 840 and 1050 and just find out how many RPM they're doing. But yeah, so far everything works. Right, we've done our 640 RPM and we come up with 676. So we're going to adjust the lathe now. So if we bring this round to A3, okay, we're locked in. let's just see what readings we get out of it. Just using the photo tack really. Oh, you should be able to see it there, I believe. So we'll get it going and have a look. So 840 is 873, our 640 was 676, so we'll drop him up to our 1000 now, 1050. So we need to go C and 2. There's the reason I can't get a stable reading. It's shining off these fellas, so we'll put the contact end up again. I was thinking this thing's buggered up already. Perhaps the sticky tape should be a bit stickier. So we'll go across to contact at 1000. So at 1050 we actually have 1100, 1101 or 2. We might do the 840 again, so we'll drop him across to 3. We'll bring this fella up to A. There you go, about 875. Well, there you go. That's a review on the Banggood DT2236C digital tachometer. Now, our little tests we did, it seemed to go okay. It was consistent with the photo tack. The photo tack, as with all photo tacks, it was picking up the shine of the shaft, so if you had it on a piece of old grey cast iron it would probably be okay for a speed, or on a painted pulley on a car or something like that it would be okay. If it's something shiny, obviously that doesn't work. So yeah, that's, I don't know, that's a, is it a fault or not, or is it just how the thing's been made, and are they all like that? I have had a snap-on or a blue point one for ages, but I sold it with the business before. I can't remember it picking up like that. It had a different sort of reflective tape on it. But anyway, look, this, I think it works fine, that thing. The contact point at the end, when you put it up a centre, I reckon that's accurate, and I reckon the digital part's accurate. The little wheel that we tested, a couple of things with that, like it's a couple of metres out, and look, when you're sitting at 600 or 700 revs a minute, it's a couple of metres out, it's probably no biggie. The thing I see with that as a problem is because it's got two little rubber contact surfaces, over time they may either get smaller, you know, just with normal wear and tear, or you know, with the little rubber wheels on there, they might even like perish, I thought, yeah. But I also thought I could recalibrate it, and where it's got the two little rubbers there, that it's got a little U section there, so there's two contact surfaces. I thought I could always put an O-ring in it, then calibrate the O-ring and see how we went. You'd have to change the, you'd have to build in a formula to do it, but I'm not going to bother with that. I know, as you all do, I suppose, if you multiply your revs by the circumference, that will give you metres per minute, and or close enough, feet per minute or inches a minute, or whatever you'd like to work in. Yeah, if it's miles an hour or kilometres an hour, it's up to you. But look, the Banggood, this is Banggood sponsored review, and look, the DT2236C, look, it seems to work fine. Just as a precaution, now we've finished playing with it for a while, when you put it away, I'll take the batteries out. Use good quality batteries like Duracells. It doesn't come with batteries, but the packaging it comes in to put it in the shelves fairly good, but a little plastic snap box may be better than the type that they supply with it. But look, all in all, it tested out okay, so whether you buy one or not, entirely up to you. I'm going to use that one. I think it's a good thing. To have the three functions in it, that's handy, where my other one was only a reflective photo tack, and that was it. So being able, with my old vintage engines, my old hit and miss engines and things like that, I can actually pop, without putting a sticker on it, I can pop up the end of the crankshaft and work out my revs and things like that. So there you go. Make up your own mind. There'll be a link to where you buy it at the bottom. I think it's a good thing. But yeah, thanks for watching, hey? Catch you later.